What's up, guys? Just thought I'd make a little quick video how I thread my diff cups. I just get the screw is a M3 by 12, I believe. Here, let me get the manual. Hold on one sec. Yep, M3 by 12. So 3 by 12 will be a standard thread pitch of 0.5. So just get yourself, where did I put that? Right here. 3 by 0.5, little tap here. Get this out of the way. Just getting the other diffs built up. Thought I'd make a little video. So I just get it started by hand, nice and straight. Then you just get I got a set of ball peen pliers here. I also got shock shaft. You can also use shock shaft pliers, or if you have a square drive. I just grab these guys, grab it like this, and you don't want to go too deep. You just want to go in till about, you can see, just till about there, and that's about it. It's as deep as you need to go. So let's get it started. Back out. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see that, but it gives you a nice, perfectly threaded hole. Then you just grab this guy. Like you're just threading it, you know what I mean? And an aluminum piece is perfect. And you get tons of holding power, and it gives you a few more times of in and out before you got to replace a diff cup. And just repeat it for the other three. It's a little pro tip there. And I use a M4. So 4 by 0.7 for the plug hole here. And that's it. Till next time. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good evening. It's Christmas Eve here. I thought I'd just make a video, try and make a quick one here. Don't want to bore anyone with another one of the boring diff videos out there. But here we go, bag one, mp11. Let's get started. Just a couple things I'd like to go over. Like what I like to do is I like to pre-oil my bearings. Just put a couple drops of motor oil in there or whatever your favorite oil is. Let them soak in. Two, I like to inspect the backs of the gears. All the gears, make sure there's no micro imperfections, high spots, anything that'll cause tolerance issues later on. And three, I like to thread my diff cups, like actually thread them, not with one of the screws, but with an actual tap, because it just makes life easy, and it actually enables you to screw and unscrew many more times than you normally would by just threading it by screwing in the screw. So that's one thing. Two, another thing I noticed is the center diff is the same size diff cup now, compared to previous gens where the center diff was a big diff cup. And also the previous gens had 48 tooth spur gears. This one has a giant 59 tooth they went to. I think that's pretty interesting. Also 16 tooth clutch bell. That's pretty pretty interesting. Another thing I'd like to go over is anyone building one of these kits, for the diff inserts for your pinion and ring gear, make sure the ones you use have the same arrow on them. When you look at the tree here from bag one, you see the pinion insert. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's an arrow there. And then the ring gear insert, also there's an arrow. You have one without, also for the pinion, these two. Make sure you use the arrow ones with the arrow ones, or else you're gonna have some big problems later on with your diffs. So let's get started here. Just gonna build one of these just to show you how I do things. Also get yourself a couple pair of tweezers, makes life easy. I just like making life easy. Let's get some, the kit comes with this white grease. I don't like using it. Doesn't hold up to high temps really that good. So, just gonna build one here quickly, and then we'll be back with another video of bag 2 here. So, like I said, I like to inspect. And before, previous gens, these weren't that great, I'll be honest. But they work, but these look pretty clean, but still, I like to just give them a little, clean them up. 1000 grit super fine sandpaper, right? Just clean it out, give it a nice polish, and you can see it's much better. You're gonna need 2 of these. I always do this. Prolongs everything, and like I said, prevents any tolerance issues later on. So we need 2 of these and 4 of these little guys. And you don't have to do much, just a couple light circles and wipe it off. Get this out of the way, actually. Clean them up, see? Actually, you can see. Not bad. These are much better than previous gen gears. Take the time to do things proper and you won't have issues later, you know what I mean? Just preventative things, you know? This is what I've learned. Alrighty, get this out of the way here. Now, all 3 diff cups are the same part number as the manual states. But I took a closer look and you can see 2 of them have a number 2 and 1 has a number 3. So what I'm gonna do is the 2 with the number 2, it'll be one front, one rear, and I'll make the number 3 diff cup the center diff. It doesn't have to be like that, but that's just how I'm gonna do it. Well, it makes the most sense to me. I don't know. If anybody wants to correct me on that, feel free. But get yourself a little pick. I like this red and tacky stuff from Fast Freddy. Get this all lubed up here. And also, you'll notice 4 of these outdrive cups will have a groove here, and 2 of them are slightly larger and are straight. These 2 will be your center diff, and these 4 will be for front rear. 2 front, 2 rear. Make sure you don't mix them up and have these as one of your front to rear diffs. You've got big issues. Okay, we got that oiled up. Let's get one pre-oiled bearing on here. Let's get our big drive cup here. And what I like to do is make sure this groove here is packed with grease. I like to make sure this guy's nicely packed and greased up. Okay, get this guy ready. Let's get one O-ring. One of these O-rings here. I need another. Get this guy seated right down. Get a little bit of grease. There we go. Now there's a hole on the side Kyosho gives you. Slide the pin in. Make sure your O-ring is completely seated. Get one of your pins. Toss it in the side. This is what tweezers helps. Get her through. Get one of our gears that we cleaned up the back. Drop her down in there. Yes, okay. Good to go. Set her down. Get one of our cross shafts. Looks like they're DLC coated this time. A lot of guys, they like to chamfer these edges with a Dremel. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's just going to cut into the case a little bit. But you're going to take two. And also, when you drop this down, make sure this notch is facing up, because the second one will be coming down, and you got to make sure they're together. So we're going to get 2 of these guys on facing inward. Just like that. Get it on the shaft. Then we get 2 washers, 2 shims. Make sure you don't accidentally grab 2. They're super thin. Stick together. Put one on either end. Then we grab our diff cup. Get our tweezers. And carefully drop her down. Just like that. Make sure your notch is facing there. Perfect. I'm going to be using 30K diff fluid for the center because I like a little more uh, I like a little more power sent up front. I'm not even sure what the kit manual says to run. And I like to run associated factory oil. No preference why, just had to have no issues. Okay, let's get the spur gear. Well, no, we still got one of these guys. Get two more. Also, when you fill your diff cup, I only fill it to about like 50% of the way, 60% of the way, because you will need room for when the diff gets hot. This fluid's going to get hot. When it expands, you're going to create pressure inside if you overfill it and promote leaks. Also, a lot of guys will put some CA glue around here too. I'm not a fan of that, but some people do. Anyways, get another one of these on. There we go. Another two shims. Just like this. Make sure this notch is facing down now so it hooks up with your lower shaft. Just like that. You can put some slave pressure. There you go. Give it a turn. Lock it down. And there you have it. That's one side done. Like I said, I pre-thread these, so when I go to put everything together, it just makes life super easy. Wish I had something to hold this so this wouldn't push up, but it's okay. Let's get this side. Oh. Some grease in here. Right. O-ring here. Some grease on the inside. The O-ring. Another bearing. Put it on this side, and like I said, I pre-oil my bearings. Okay, let's put this down. This for now. Make sure this groove is nicely packed with your favorite grease. Grab this guy, twist, push it through. Make sure your O-ring is still seated all the way down. Get another pin, slide her through. that. Get your other gear. Get it locked down. Perfect. Just gotta wipe off some excess here. Okay, let's get some oil in here. Just make sure there's no inner seal. Nope. Like I said, we're using 30K for the center. Oh. Just let it slowly ooze down in there. And like I said, I like to fill it about halfway to 60%. That way you give it room to expand. As it heats up, there's room for it to expand and it won't put pressure and blow out a diff gasket or one of your O-ring seals, because that's usually what happens due to overfilling. So let it sit. It'll take a few seconds for it to get right down. Just give it a little rock back and forth to help it. Another drop. Maybe I should have warmed this up. Still going down into the crevices just until it reaches the bottom, the first cross shaft. That's all I fill it to. We're almost there. Another little gob, and that's about it. That's all you need. Push this right down. It's gonna take a while to get down in there. Using 30K. Another gob. We're good. Okay, we get one of our gaskets. Set her down. I like to put the flat side down on the plastic. You'll notice this side. I like to put that on the metal. Just get it down like this. Because we pre-threaded everything. She moved. There we go. This is what makes life easy, see? Let's get this started by hand, see? Just boom. I believe this is 2mm. Snug two of them down. See, very easy. Snug two of them down. Barely snug them down. Get our other two. Oh, just makes life so easy doing it this way. And you don't need to tighten this like tighten, just snug. Because what's going to happen is you'll deform the plastic diff cup and cause all kinds of tolerance issues. Just snug, that's it. Just very, very snug. Just barely 10 inch pounds. That's about it. That's it. And there you go. And don't forget to get your screw on the side here. And this guy you just want to put in just till you're flush with the case, like this. And that's it. Oh, buttery smoothness all day. And just repeat the same for the other two diff, but hold on 1 second. Like I said, we have some pinion inserts here for the bulkhead. For this, you need to select the one with the arrow and arrow. We'll get this cut out of the tree with the arrow. Diff shimming happens around bag 3. Make sure there's no excess plastic. Clean it off if there is. Okay, and they want you to install these. Make sure you cut this cross piece out here too. So, arrow, top side, facing down. Firmly press in, arrow, facing down on top. Firmly press in. Make sure seated flush all the way with the bulkhead. Get our pre-oiled pinion bearings. Make sure they're pressed all the way in. Flush with the inserts. Get the pinion from the inside. Get it through. And we have our out drives. There's a flat spot on the pinion here. Make sure it lines up with your set screw. Get it on there. I've already cleaned these off with alcohol. And these, the bottom side of the set screw for the drive cup for the pinion, it's already flat. Normally if it was a little bit round, I would grind it flat with the Dremel just to give you a better hold on the flat side of the pinion. Here's a 2.5 I need now. Your 2.5. I need just a drop of Loctite. You don't need that much Loctite, just a drop. And you want to give it just, oops. You want to get it started here. Oh, I think I lost it. Pull this off, flat side. There we go. Actually, see inside, yep. You want to give it just slight pressure, holding it. You don't want any play, but you don't want binding either of the pinion bearing, which means you got too much preload going on. And once you know you're good, just crank down a little bit and you're good to go. That's it. And this concludes bag one. So once you've done, once I've done putting all three diffs together, I like to just let them sit on their sides for a day or so. Just make sure they're not going to leak. Also, you want to make sure there's absolutely no crunchy anywhere. Zero crunchy feeling when you turn your drive cups here on all three of your diffs. If there is, you have a tolerance issue inside and you need to pull it apart and see what's going on. All right, till next time, we'll be back with bag 2 and 3. Take care.